right, thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the preview show right here. Time once again to indeed take something interesting. It's actually this time around we're looking at an interesting game. Two teams with age-long rivalry, two teams with age-long passion, two teams that at some point in time indeed rule the world of the English Premier League. They will be doing business this weekend. We're talking about Arsenal and Manchester United. It's happening right at the Emirates Stadium. Who wins? Indeed, we're talking about this right on the show today. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again. This is the voice of Yinka Oyedele. Yinka Sports set once again to lock things down and get things done and dusted. I'm not alone. Right here, of course, with me is Dogo Francis, and together we lock things down right here. Dogo, good to have you. Welcome once again back to the preview show.
Certainly, it's a pleasure always, every time, to be here on the preview show.
All right, on the show today, we'll be looking at something interesting. Let's indeed roll up and, of course, get the basics. The build-up to this classic encounter, what the managers are saying, what the players are saying, the history between these two clubs, and, of course, I've had it right on the show, the preview show.
I don't expect anything special. I expect just us to be ready to recover now, and Man United is a strong team, and I expect us just to cope with the problems they will give us. I don't know. They will attack as well. They will not only defend.
Well, I can understand Manchester United coach Jose have this ultra-defensive setup when they play against big teams, and they played against Arsenal this time around. Dogo Francis, an interesting one. Arsene Wenger making, what do I call it? Maybe a mind game. Jose should not dare pack the bus. Else, he would of course simply do one thing, bring to pass what Arsene Wenger indeed has predicted as far as this game is concerned. What do you think?
Well, this is a case of someone playing... Arsene Wenger playing the game, the card game of Jose Felix Mourinho. We all know that he's the king of the mind game.
Apparently.
And of course, Arsene Wenger is coming from that angle right now. But leaving away the mind game as an aspect, of course, as regards this game, it's a big game. And the build-up is always going to be massive. I think Wenger knows, of course, that there is pride at stake right now for Jose Mourinho.
For sure.
Many have criticized his playing style when he goes up against the big boys. Will he be able to play the sexy football that everyone want to see with the Manchester United back in the days, the likes of Ryan Giggs, the likes of Paul Scholes, under Sir Fergie? They used to play those kind of football. I think Jose Mourinho knows that it's on him, certainly, to play that kind of football against Arsenal right there at the Emirates Stadium. It's going to be a daunting task, but I don't think it is impossible for him. He's got the players who could do it.
But do you think Arsene Wenger, or do you think Jose Mourinho now would possibly pack the bus, or maybe with what Wenger has just said, would reconsider his options?
That's why
style and approach as far as this game is concerned.
Yes, that's why I think it's a mind game on one side, but also it is tactical from another side. It's a mind game because Wenger knows that if he doesn't hit first, Jose will hit him. And that's why he had to come that way. We've seen many managers who have been hit by that approach by Jose Felix Mourinho. He's called Tottenham Hotspur a Hurricane team once. He's also talked about Chelsea being a one-man team with Eden Hazard. And also he's criticized the defensive style prior to the winning the league last season. So Jose Mourinho will always come hit you below the belt, and I think Wenger just played the right card, you know, against Jose Mourinho in the build-up to this big game. But I think Jose knows exactly what the fans of Man United want, and that is not packing the bus.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed whether Jose will indeed play to this gallery, possibly come out to attack or pack the bus. It was a dour, sour, boring, dull game when Manchester United actually visited the Anfield. They played a goalless draw against Liverpool. Mourinho was much maligned, much criticized for coming up with an ultra-defensive approach. Goalless it ended. He played against Chelsea as well to look like a game that would only at best United pick a point, and that's indeed ending the game goalless or possibly picking a 1-1 draw in that game. They lost that game. They were defeated. What will Jose do this time around? Will he come out to play against Arsene Wenger's side, or will the man, of course, simply pack the bus once again? This, we're going to find out when these two guys clash right in this game at the Emirates Stadium. Well, for sure, no doubt injury concerns will be massive in this game. For Arsenal, they'll be missing the service of the French striker, one man who seems to have really settled in decently well to life right there at the Emirates Stadium. I'm talking about Alexander Lacazette got a goal last time out against Huddersfield, opened the scoring in that game actually, but then it was removed, brought out after 45 minutes of action. It will not be playing against Man United. For Arsenal, Olivier Giroud will be the man to lead the line in this game. But then for Manchester United, Nemanja Matic, a major miss as far as this game is concerned. Well, Michael Carrick and Phil Jones, major injury concerns. Togo Francis, let's look at the injury concern as far as this game is concerned. Which of these two teams do you think really is worst hit with injury? Arsenal, I feel, Lacazette, a major player. For United, do you think they will miss Carrick, Phil Jones, or maybe Nemanja Matic?
Well, I think Arsenal know they need this game so well, more than Man United needs it, given the table standings right now. Manchester United are currently second on the log. Arsenal know very well as well that they must win. Being at home, they have a record to keep. You know, they've been winning at home. 11 games now on the bounce.
It's actually 12.
12,
games.
sorry. Yeah, 12 games on the bounce.
From last season.
At home, from last season. So, and I think they know that that record is delicate. And having to bring a team to host a team like Manchester United at Emirates, they know that it could crack, so they know what is at stake. But I think in terms of injury, Manchester United will have themselves to blame if they lose that game, because they have a player in Nemanja Matic who has come in and has sat in that midfield and made it look very good for Manchester United. They spent a fortune to get a player from Manchester United. From Chelsea to Manchester United. Yes, you realize that fortune has cost them so much, you know, going forward. They find themselves second on the log, and I think they'll be happy. But his absence will be very much troubling for them. I'm not talking about Carrick, because Carrick has not been exactly influential for them. I'm not going to mention so much about Phil Jones, because Victor Lindelof has sat in pretty in that position. They also have an Eric Bailly they could call upon anytime.
So we can simply say the major misses as far as this game is concerned will be Arsenal, Alexander Lacazette, Manchester United,
Nemanja Matic.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed whether the injury concerns will affect any of these two clubs. But then I feel strongly Arsenal will really miss Lacazette. Well, rare opportunities, no doubt, for Olivier Giroud to start a game and, of course, possibly do something for the Gunners as far as this game is concerned. Interesting to look out for how the injury concern will be for any of these two teams when they clash right this weekend at the Emirates Stadium. Anthony Martial had it, very tough last season, but then seems to have really been able to work himself to the heart of Jose, and of course, a key proponent of Man United's side this season. He's been playing well, tried at a number of attacking options, top strike, played from the wing, and of course, he's doing so well. However, yes, Jose loves and of course wants more from Anthony Martial, and he's talking about whether Martial or not will have a key influence as far as this game is concerned. Doku Francis, let's look at that. Anthony Martial, do you think it could actually come to be one man who will play an influential, key role as far as this game is concerned against Arsene Wenger's side?
Well, certainly Jose Felix Mourinho is a manager who knows how to get the best out of his players. Doesn't matter how long it takes. We saw the entrance of Henrik Mkhitaryan from the German Bundesliga. He was criticized by his manager against Man City the first time he had this game, but now we all know what Mkhitaryan actually has done for United in the past few months. He has come in and he's been very good. Anthony Martial, the same thing. Jose Mourinho criticized his performances sometime last season, but now he comes in and gets the goals, provides the assists for the likes of Lukaku, the likes of Paul Pogba. They're doing well as well. But I think Martial, indeed, is not struggling. Jose Mourinho probably wants to push him extra to get the best out of him, and I think it's proper. And he is going to be very key in that match against Arsenal at the weekend.
Well,
certainly.
Apparently Arsenal fans or Arsenal as a team should possibly watch out and look out for the man, Anthony Martial. Whether or not the man will influence the game, we'll keep our fingers crossed. But then these are interesting and very key components to indeed look out for as far as this clash between Arsenal and Manchester United is concerned. Well, the preview show right here, make a return. Now, it becomes very, very interesting. When Arsenal, of course, is mentioned, Arsene Wenger comes to the mind. When Jose is mentioned, Arsene Wenger also comes to the mind. Why? And this is one man who really have been able to subdue Arsene Wenger for a long. Arsene Wenger actually got his very first victory over Jose Mourinho last season, although Jose was even quick to dispel that victory. He watered down on the victory. Why? He said Man United really are not focusing on the Premier League. That was a time when United were, so close to winning the UEFA Europa League, and the attention was on the UEFA Europa League, Europe's second club tier competition. So Arsenal win, of course, Arsenal's win against Jose last season, the 2-0 victory, was really not seen as a very key one. That means Arsene Wenger has been challenged as far as this game is concerned. Dogo Francis, let's look at this. Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, it's a one-way traffic. Jose have the record. But then they say the last game played by these two managers, it was Arsene Wenger's side that prevailed 2-0 over Jose Mourinho. Last season, we can actually say Arsene Wenger had the better of Jose, 4 points. At Old Trafford, it ended in a 1-1 draw. At the Emirates Stadium, it was Arsenal winning that game. And of course, Arsenal still have something going for them as well too. They've been winning matches. The home seems to have been a fortress. Do you think all of this will come to bear count as far as this game is concerned? Talking about Arsene Wenger's record against Jose Mourinho's record.
Well, I think the match, Manchester United traveling all the way to the Emirates Stadium, is bigger than the two figures mentioned. It's bigger than Arsene Wenger, is bigger than Jose Mourinho as individuals. These guys know the history these clubs have amassed. Arsene Wenger knows the history Arsenal has. Jose Mourinho knows the history he met from his predecessor as Alex Ferguson. Now, this match is going to go beyond their individual disparities. It's going to go beyond their individual hate, or give it whatever you like, dislike
What about
for
the
one
dramas
another.
these guys really bring to the party when they meet? Remember the touchline incidents between Arsene Wenger and Jose Mourinho at Chelsea?
Yes.
We could have something like that once again.
But that adds to the color. It adds to the color of the game. Like
That's why I said, will all of this count? For me, I think you can't separate these managers from their clubs.
Certainly.
The personalities of these guys
Certainly.
involved mirrors what the club also have against each other, even those to an extent. The intensity of rivalry seems to have actually dwindled not as much as it was
while they were in London.
past.
While they were in London.
Okay.
Now I think these two managers know they've come of age. Jose Mourinho is an older man now. Arsene Wenger is not a kid. He's far older than Jose Mourinho. They seem to have learned with time. I think the London derby, the London rivalry, was also a cause why they were always going against each other. Almost going physical. So I think now Arsene Wenger knows he's at Arsenal. Arsenal is not as big as Man United in terms of achievement in the league, and so the issue of Chelsea wanting to show bragging right in London, I think that has also been watered down when Jose was there. Jose was always wanting to make it look like no, Chelsea is the better team and all that. All of this culminated through their rivalry. But I think the rivalry, like I said, is not going to have any form of effect, either positively or negatively, in that game. By the time these players walk out of the tunnel, they know they have one thing in mind. For Arsenal, they want to win. They want to keep the home record going for them, the home win record. And that's where Manchester United want to remain on the second position right there, because they know any slip-up could cost them. So certainly, I feel, personally, that the rivalry between Arsene Wenger and Jose Mourinho will not come to
Let's look at your verdict. I know a lot of our guys out there as well too would be thinking, doing their permutations and combinations, how this game will end after 90 minutes. For you, Dogo Francis, how do you think it will end?
Well, a very big game.
Yeah,
Arsenal
no doubt.
have so much to lose if it doesn't go their way.
Okay.
They will lose 3 points and also
United
lose
also
their
have
home
something
record.
to lose.
No, for Arsenal, they could, if they don't win, if they lose, or not win. In fact, they would either they draw or they lose. They will have their home record crashed. They will also lose either 2 points or 3 points. I don't think they want that. And Manchester United as well. Jose Mourinho, we know the man. He's a man who's full of pride and all of that. I think I'm going to give a draw in that game, because I know Mourinho will not go all out. He will not go all guns blazing. A straight draw for me.
All right, well, for me, I think the Gunners seems to have actually been able to master playing at home so well. It's something working for them. It's a fortress. They've not been losing matches. They've not been drawing matches. It's been a series of wins indeed upon each other. I think strongly Arsenal look like a side good enough to pick 3 points against Manchester United, on the premise of the fact that when they play against a big club, United's Mourinho side really do not come out to score goals. They play an ultra defensive approach.
We hope your prediction comes to.
Apparently. When it comes to United, when they play at home, when they play away, I think I understand how they play they play their games. If it's an home game, well, Jose will win. If it's an away game, it depends on who they are playing against. Hopefully, it works out that way. And yes, the guys are there as well. So like I did say, your predictions, your permutations, let it continue. agree or disagree with us right here on the show, the preview show, Inca Sports and Dogo Francis. Dogo, thanks once again for your time.
It's a pleasure, my brother.
Right on the show. And guys out there, like I did say, the talking point so that continues. Your reactions continues. Let's have it as well to talk about it. But then, like I did say, agree and disagree with us. Feel free to do that. The preview show makes a return once again, as we always do one thing. Yes, bring you the build-up. Yes, the banters, the tantrums, and of course, the tactical edge right from us right here on the show. Keep watching.